Welcome to the Metabreakers Podcast, episode 50. This is a special episode because it is a number that is a derivative of 100. So this is a fantastic day. Welcome to the 50th Metabreakers Podcast, starring your three hosts, as usual, DmoneyGames, Warshack, and myself, DracoCatt. I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. How are you doing today, boys?
I'm actually kind of sad. I was hoping for like a little bit more with like my introduction in specific, but I don't know. It's just like D-Money, you know. I was usually there's some adjectives beforehand, but
I felt like this one we could be a little bit more like hands off, you know. If we do something crazy every time, then there's no control. You know, it's
you have to reel it back in every once in a while.
It.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm doing pretty good though. Good to see everybody in chat and on my screen as well. These two beautiful co-hosts here. How's it going, Warshack?
It's going pretty good. Haven't played too much Hearthstone this week due to everything, you know, the upcoming stuff, which we'll be covering in just a little bit. But I have been able to squeeze out quite a few bike rides these past like 1 to 2 weeks, and my legs are hurting, which is a good thing. Normally after the bike rides, the legs don't hurt because I'm pretty used to them, but like 20 miles for like 8 days in a row, 9 days in a row now, like I'm feeling the burn. The tush is on fire.
Yeah, feeling the burn. Love it, man.
You said, wait, so how many miles do you do like
it's
day?
Anywhere between like 15 to 25. Depending on how many laps I do around this lake. So from my house to this park, it's roughly like 3.5, 4 miles. And then once you get to the park, there's like all these bars and like restaurants. And then there's this trail, which is pretty big around the lake. And it's about a 2.5 mile circle. And you know, there's like all these things to like, there's like a dog park, and then there's like docks, there's benches, and there's like places to stop, and there's like statues. So there's like stuff all around this lake. So it's pretty nice to just ride around. I'll do like maybe like 3 or 4 laps and then, you know, stop and get beer and then ride home. So
sounds like a nice adventure.
Oh yeah, I mean, every time you go, there's like new stuff, and there's so many doodles. Oh my god, the amount of dogs, people walk their cats. Like it is just like every time you go, there's some like thing that you're just like, yep. So it's nice. It's very nice.
Yeah, that must be nice. I haven't left the house in a long time. But yeah, just getting to experience, just seeing everything outside, you know, just getting exercise. That sounds wonderful. I mean, when you say miles, 20 miles like that, I have no idea what that means really. Like that seems like a lot just because like I don't know, I don't really ride bikes, but
nah. It's really not too bad. It sounds a lot worse than what it is, but once you're riding, like it kind of just goes. Like you're paying attention to other things. You're listening to music. You're looking at, you know, possibly joggers that look nice. Oh. So it's the time. It's very like leisurely, but you know it's not leisurely. This meta right now.
Boom! They murdered my boy. We're all the way at the bottom. Oh my god.
Yeah,
what happened there?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You've been taking time off, Draco. You haven't been streaming as much, so the Demon Hunter is plummeting. You're not posting your 55-60% win rate Demon Hunter deck, so everybody's scrounging for scraps right now. And currently, they're hovering at 48%. They can't do it without you, man. They need you in the fight.
I thought it was crazy reading the Vicious Syndicate report where they were like, they said they didn't have enough data to do anything on any deck other than OTK Demon Hunter. I was like, wow, it's like everything I play. They had no data on it.
You gotta stream again, man.
I mean, I streamed on Thursday. That counts, right? Like, that's not like a long time ago.
In the streaming world, that's like 3 whole days.
Yeah, you're right, dude. 3 whole days is insane. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I do see that. I mean, in Top Legend at least, I only play like it's like 95% chance that it that is OTK Demon Hunter, and then like the like you still don't even play against Demon Hunter that much overall. So yeah, I could see it being that low because there's just so many other decks that are just like very powerful, and like OTK Demon Hunter, I feel like you have to be in like a mood to play it, you know? Or you gotta like, yeah, I don't know.
Probably. Dude, it's crazy that this. If you read the report though, they talked about like how Ogremancer's good, and Ogremancer is kind of good. It's kind of crazy that no one played that card until like the last couple of weeks, but it just locks a lot of decks up.
Yeah, it's weird because you'd get it off it was probably mostly seen from Bear Off when it hits a 5-drop, right? Then you get Ogremancer, and then you're like, damn, this is amazing. But no one actually had played the card. But whenever you got it, it felt really good, right? So that's like a weird correlation that you would just like. It was a fantastic card to get, but yet no one ever gets it into their deck. So
now you just run it.
Yeah, it's actually good against like every class.
Yeah, 7 health is a ton.
Yeah, 7 health is already like it's a decent amount of health, and like almost every single class, maybe with the exception of warrior, they run so many spells like mage. There's a lot of mage spells. There's a lot of paladin spells. A lot of priest. Like to deal with this, like you have to. Rogue. Like rogue is like the main one, right? Yeah, you have to deal with it with spells. So like, it's actually a nuisance, and like it's very strong, and it's cool that like people found like this hidden kind of Metabreaker, dare I say, in there, you know.
It's really good against Demon Hunter too, because like you can't use your twin slices, you can't skull into it. You basically are relying on like top decking into Kanye if like you even play any spell into it, because there's no way to do it unless you're running Immolation Aura, which is not. That's so difficult, you know. It just to have that just so you can play spells. I don't know, man. It's incredibly frustrating. What a good card.
You played it against me today. And I was like, I can't deal with this thing. And I ended up you created like a bunch of tutus against me. And I was like, okay, well, this is obnoxious.
It was good in that situation too. And you were playing like combo druid. It didn't make any sense, but you were just like, what am I going to do? It's funny.
Well, unfortunately, yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything too new in like the movement of classes right here. Paladin still is up top. Rogue is still up top. Hunter, I'm assuming Highlander's still up top. Do we want to move into the top 1K to see if anything has shaken up since last week?
Sure.
Let's do it.
All right, let's take a look. See here. Oh, we do have some movement. I think I remember Rogue. All 3 of those rogues being below Res Priest. So now they have overtaken Res Priest.
Wow. How exciting.
All right, I can't wait to be back to playing ladder today. Yeah.
So it looks like Rogue is performing well. If you guys didn't know, Rogue's in a good spot.
Yeah, so there are going to be changes to standard very soon. I don't know if there's an exact date for them yet, but what is going to happen is there's going to be, we're going to go over these unnerfs soon, but there's going to be a bunch of unnerfs to a bunch of cards, and then there's also going to be nerfs to potentially like some burst cards, maybe some rogue cards. There was a leak that Nitro Boost Poison is going to cost 2 mana. Don't know if it's not completely confirmed yet, but it was in a deck recipe put out by Blizzard, I believe.
Yeah,
so
they corrected it really fast, which kind of solidifies the point that it was an accident that they leaked that. You know what I mean? When they corrected on their website immediately when people noticed.
You have a lot of changes coming up soon, but until then, yeah, this is probably what you're going to be looking at. But I mean, now with the Masters Tour going on, people might be playing more of the decks that they see in the Masters Tour. So we might see we might see some popularity for maybe like Secret Mage. Secret Mage did perform well. Like the one guy that brought it, he did do very well with Secret Mage. He ended up going 7-2, I believe. just missed top 16, and yeah, we might see a little changes, like some changes, or people trying out some other decks that they maybe haven't played before, just because they're excited to play it after watching the tournament. But yeah, I think this is like exactly what it's been for like the past 3 weeks. These decks here.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a lot of viewers watching the Masters Tour, so it's kind of crazy to think that it would have some kind of like huge impact on the meta as a whole. But I feel like that's probably from like your perspective at a high legend point, where like the people that you're playing against are always people that are going to watch that and care about what other people play and be inspired to play the things that other people played from that. I feel like the general player base probably isn't going to be like, oh, wow, that one guy brought Secret Mage to the Masters Tour and almost got top 8 with it. So that means I'm going to do great with it on ladder. Yeah, most people probably won't make that connect, right?
I mean, Secret Mage is also like a more affordable deck, I guess, and something that maybe like the lower elo player would want to play, or like maybe even have already. So then they're like, oh, Secret Mage is doing pretty well. It's time to bust out my Secret Mage, you know? Hey,
oh, yeah.
He can make it to the top. He can almost make it top 16 in the Masters Tour, bro. Come on. I got to get legend with this.
I'm top 16
I know this is kind
too.
of skipping ahead to the next section, but are the unnerfs going to happen before the rotation? Is that confirmed?
The rotation and everything, the rotation's going to happen on the 30th.
Okay.
And then the unnerfs are going to happen about a week before. I heard the date, the 23rd, being thrown around. I'm not sure if that's correct. That is correct, Warshack?
I mean, that's what I heard. So basically how it panned out was the pre-packs, the pre-orders, they had stopped. Like they mentioned they're going to stop having them on the 22nd, which would indicate that the expansion would hit the 23rd. But then Blizzard has announced that the expansion is being released the week later. So because of that, they've delayed it a week, which means our patch, which they said got delayed a week. So theoretically, it should have pushed it back to what they're now saying is the 23rd. So, I mean, it just kind of matches up to what they've done. You know what I mean? They delayed everything a week. So that's how it lines up. They're not being very transparent on dates. And that's kind of surprising given that we're so close. But I guess they just don't want to put it in stone because they want to make it like a hype surprise, possibly. Like, oh, by the way, here's your update, and like it's coming out tomorrow, and then everybody's like really excited, right? But if you know it's coming, maybe it's not like as exciting. I mean, I don't know. There has to be a strategy here somewhere, right? I don't think they would be so not transparent for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a crazy week when there's the unnerf week. Like when all of the cards that are supposed to be, that are like, that they get that treatment, because there's so many cards that they're adjusting that the meta is going to be insane. It's because like, did you see the Galakron Shaman? All of the nerfs are like,
yeah, baby,
unnerfed. So
we could go into that whole thing right now.
What's your segment? Let's keep going.
Rotation.
Yeah, I mean, it is going to be different. It's definitely nice that there's going to be something like changed up, but like it's going to be different, but it's not going to be new, really. Like the only new thing is that like, yes, you get to incorporate the newer cards with those decks from the past. But like, I don't know. For me, Galakron Shaman, I don't want to see it, bro. Like
it's coming back, dude.
Bad. It's not that bad.
Do you remember day one? Oh,
yes, but that's only because of Shutter
too.
I know there were like things like Zentimo and like some other stuff to make the deck really, really good. But
they're gone.
I mean, there's a lot of powerful cards in the game still. So I don't know. I haven't looked to see if that deck in particular is going to be really good. But just the fact that like these old decks are coming back, it's like it's cool, but like it's like I don't know. I just want the new stuff. Like at least it's something different. But like I'm sure there's going to be some toxic stuff. Sure.
I'm sure it'll be toxic, but it's only a week of whatever the hell people figure out is horrible, you know, again. But that'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to play Reno Mage and that's it. So
Wow, such flavor, very wow.
Yeah.
I don't think like a 1 week pocket meta is not. It just I don't mind it at all. It's a single week. Honestly, I would love a rotating format. I mean, we've talked about it before, where every month there's like 3 sets that enter, and you know they're just like a random 3 sets. And it's just like ranked, and so any sort of like big change for a short period of time, just take advantage, have fun, and then the new set will come out and everything will be normal. Well, not normal, but you know,
Have fun
solidified. Yes, fun.
in Hearthstone.
Oh, the reason this is not in English, guys, is because this is what D-Money sent me, and it's what we could find for all the new changes. I'm just saying where I got it from, man. I didn't find it. D-Money was practicing his new language, and he was expecting all of you to also be interested in practicing this. So y'all are just going to have to blame D-Money on that one.
You don't know Japanese, chat? What?
Are you kidding me?
Come on. That's
Yeah,
Watch
right.
more anime, chat. All right.
All right, let's keep going. Let's look at these unnerfs.
Okay.
Guardian
so
of the Grove. This probably doesn't matter, right?
I mean, it makes them substantially better for like Druid, like actually like a tech of like a 1-of for like silence, because he does 2 damage or he silences, which is nice. But yeah, not too crazy. Lore going back to draw 2 or heal 5 is pretty important in regards to like just it not being like the worst possible card you could have, but it's still like not
Pretty trash.
yeah, it's not that great. Hunter, this is a massive change. The Starving Buzzard.
Yes, and is this staying in the core set? I don't
No.
remember. Okay.
No, it's not in the core set, but they're unnerfing it, which means we'll have it up for a week in standard again,
Oh,
in the
God.
old form.
Oh, Face
Yeah.
Hunter is going to be ridiculous because of the other changes. Like they reverted Leper Gnome. So now Leper Gnome's going to be a 2/1, and then Toxic Reinforcements is going to summon 2/1s instead of 1/1s.
That's true.
Yeah, Abusive Sergeant's going to be a 1-mana 2/1. So like Face Hunter is going to be ridiculous for a week.
It's gonna be nasty.
Yeah, you're just proving my point about it not being too fun. This meta here, but
No, just play control decks. Just play
yeah,
Control
sure,
Warrior or
yeah.
something.
Did you see they also confirmed? I mean, obviously, Toxic Reinforcement gives you 3 unnerfed Leper Gnomes now, so they're all 2/1s when it comes out as well. So
Isn't that what Rob just said?
yeah, is that what you just said? I'm sorry.
It might have been the exact words I just said.
All right, continue.
This is why people call you a crackhead, Draco.
I know, clearly.
No, he was reiterating the point that it was very powerful, and he wanted chat to understand. It was.
Thank you.
Something like that, yeah. No, the Starving Buzzard, that's a huge unnerf. Like a lot of these like unnerfs are like really, they are a big deal, but like this one in specific, this was a big change. I mean, 5 mana to 2 mana. You don't even care about the stats at all.
No.
So like Buzzer coming back, you're gonna see a lot of Hunter fans very happy and then playing their Hunter again.
So
Yeah.
for those who don't know what this card does because they've never seen it because it sucks. So it's every beast you summon, you draw a card, correct?
Yeah.
So this, in combination with stuff like Unleash the Hounds chat, which they also reverted back to 2 mana. So for 4 mana, you get to summon this guy, summon a bunch of doggos, draw a bunch of cards. And in general, Hunter has always, one of its weak points has been drawing. And that's just because it's more of an aggressive deck. And for certain classes to be able to have certain draw mechanics are limited, looking at like Shaman, Hunter. So now this gives Hunter the ability to have massive draw swing turns while also putting stuff on the board, while also hitting you in the face for a low mana.
Yeah, and it's also summon, not play. So that does. I don't know what other cards really work with it too well, but yeah,
the
that
pets cards, the petting zoo.
Which one? Yeah, that works with it too. Adorable Infestation, I think, does too.
Yep.
There's a lot that it's just gonna be really, really good.
It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, with Adorable Infestation, that's 1 mana, summon a 1/1, draw a card with this, and then you get another 1/1 in your hand to play to draw another card.
Yeah.
So you can just pop off, like with not much.
Mm-hmm.
Sidisi
Easy.
better be happy about this.
I don't see how
all
you're
those
not.
Hunter players, yeah.
I mean, it's only going to be in standard for a week, and then it's in wild forever. So
Yeah. I mean, Hunter got some really good changes as well, like Flare to 1 mana. I think Flare at 1 mana, you just play it, honestly. In Highlander, it's actually just like, I mean, 1 mana draw a card is like decent, and you have that potential upside, which is just really nice.
Yeah,
and
it's good against rogues. Like, it's good. It kills secrets. It'll unstealth rogue minions, which that's a big deal right now. Whether or not you kill the minion, it just stops them from playing the Greyheart stage, so they can't. They always like to draw through their stealth. So yeah, I mean, I don't see why you just wouldn't play Flare as a nice 1 mana draw 1 with only an upside.
yeah, why not? And the next card, Dinosaur Master Blanc.
That's it. I don't like this card.
Bran is back to his original form there. I mean, Highlander Hunter is just going to be really nice, man.
Such a short-lived nerf.
Yeah. I mean, you could say the same thing about something that's coming up soon that's very toxic. But, yeah. Bran coming back. Highlander Hunter's got to be. It's got to be good.
Hunter's aim probably makes the cut, too.
Probably.
This is good.
Maybe.
1 mana makes him health 1. Great.
Yeah. You kill whatever you want for 1 mana. Seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, a lot of good cards for Hunter. Like, you see Druid with those 2 cards, the Keeper of the Grove and Ancient Allure, and then you see all these for Hunter. Yeah, not even close.
Well, Hunter's already been positioned very well. I mean, if we look, like, just real quick at the meta, Hunter's always been number 2, number 1, number 3, with always over a 50% win rate, and it's because of the Highlander Hunter. So just making Hunter cards better is only just going to make what is an already good deck perform even more consistent. So if you're a Hunter player, happy Hunter noises.
I'm so happy Mana Worm's going back to 1, though. This deserved to happen.
I think... So for the Mana Worm, I was thinking about how it corresponds to the Conjure Lady. And because she costs 4, and if they would have left this at 3 health, that's such a large quantity of stats on the board for basically 4 mana. Because she's going to have 5 health, and then if you have 2 at 3, that's 11 health for 4 mana. So now, with it being nerfed, and it comes off the lady, it's definitely more easier. It's more... I don't know.
Reasonable, maybe.
Yeah, reasonable, easier to deal with than it being at 3 health. Plus, it's actually now playable. Yeah, the Worm Weaver's sticking around.
But Mana Worm's not.
Yes. I think.
That's interesting. So essentially, Worm Weaver's going to summon a wild card in standard. Okay. That's interesting, dude.
I think she's super playable now, though. I think she's actually really good. I thought she was good before, but now I think she could be actually just like playable. And I'm happy she doesn't come off Bear Off anymore. Her off Bear Off, and then Bear Off getting like the 2 more Mana Worms, so you basically get 4 minions off Bear Off. It's a little ridiculous.
I don't think we've ever had a standard card summon a wild card other than the Time Master card.
Oh, the Tinker?
Yeah, Toki did that, yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, Mana Worm at 1 mana, it still might be played. It might be played in like a Burn Mage, like a spell Cyclone kind of thing. I'm not sure if it's good enough, but if it is, like, it used to be really, really good, so could see it being good again.
There's a card coming up that's called Invitation of Surgeon, and I can't wait to see what it is.
It's the
Calling. Yeah,
it's Conjur's.
Invitation of a Surgeon.
Yeah, the translations are a little off, but
I love it. It's funny.
No, it's good. That's what this card's called.
Man. If Invitation goes to 3, it's going to be insane. It was already...
yeah,
that card was really good in that state, so...
Yeah, there's no more Giant, unfortunately, no Mountain Giant, but still really good for like Highlander Mage. That's why I'm saying I'm going to play Highlander Mage. You got the Conjurer's Calling coming back, you got Dragoncaster going to 6.
Yeah, that's good.
So you can play a box on turn 5 again. It's nice. Yeah.
Oh my god. You and your mage, man. Cheating out. Free shit. Yeah, this
what
going to
else
3.
is getting unnerfed in mage? Anything else?
I think that's it. It ends with Dragoncaster.
Okay.
Yeah, so mage does get some decent stuff there as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Those are some significant
Paladin
changes.
only gets a wild card being changed, but
That's so funny. They haven't had a nerf paladin much, I guess.
Mobilization.
Call to arms.
yeah, I know that there's a lot of wild players. There still are a lot of people that care about wild, and I know Bat Mazel in particular is very unhappy with these changes. I don't know if this change in particular is something that people in wild are upset about, but I don't know. It's nice that they are making changes to wild cards, because that means that they do care about the format and they want to keep those players relatively happy. So that is cool to see. Hopefully these changes are good for wild. I have no idea really, like, looking at these changes if it's going to be good for wild or not, but it is nice to see that they care about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely the better form of that card where it draws for you.
Yeah. I don't like 0-mana cards. Have it go back to 1.
I was talking about Call to Arms.
It's way
shit.
better at 1.
Yeah, Call
Because
to
drawing
Arms
the
is...
card is cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Power Word Shield. Power Word Shield's definitely. This is not going to be in standard though.
It will be for a week.
Yeah.
Isn't it already? It's already gone though, right? It's already in Hall of Fame. Or,
No. It's a 0-mana card.
As a priest player, you should know this, D-Money.
Oh yeah. That's fine. Yeah. This will be played 100%. Yeah, I don't know where my head's at, man.
You can get it off a wand maker for a
It's
week.
because it's
when
in
you play Highlander
Japanese, bro.
Priest.
I don't know.
You can get it off a Cabal and wand maker.
Yeah,
for
that's
that
actually
week.
super good.
Yeah, this card's nuts in priest. It always has been nuts in priest. It's just a very solid 1 mana. For those of you unfamiliar, it's a 1 mana, give a minion plus, 2 health, and then draw a card.
They changed this when combo priest was the shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Northshire Cleric coin this. 1 mana, 1/5, draw a million cards.
Yeah, and then they would play like the Circle of Healing and the 2/3, and then Inner fire you for like 26 on turn 4 or something.
Easy.
Yeah, that's gonna be such a good thing to get off of. If there weren't enough good things to get off Spelkin and Wandmaker, here's another one. So
Yeah. Thousand Blade Dance. These names are so much cooler.
Yeah, they're so much cooler. It's the old one, but it doesn't go face. So it's Blade Dance that destroys your weapon for 2. And
Blade
it affects
Flurry,
everything
yeah.
on the board.
So good, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, with Nitro Boost in the game,
Yeah.
could be good.
It's a
Keep playing.
gigantic AoE
Yes.
for Rogue.
Yeah. You also have like Hook Scimitar. For 3 mana, you get a 4/2 weapon. I don't know.
And they can clear like gigantic boards for nothing now. If they want.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably good.
Yeah.
Although most rogue decks are just killing you. So
Yeah, most rogue decks don't really care about the board or actually what you do at all. They don't really care.
They just keep hitting you in the face.
Yeah. And then you die.
Yeah, that's why I don't even know if you play this card really, but
Yeah.
I mean, it is just like good, and I could see it being good in Wild again.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Like in Kingsbane, maybe,
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
but I don't know, man.
But Kingsbane is probably Smork too, so. I don't
Kingsbane,
know.
yeah. The Smork Pirate thing now. But this next card, this shit, I don't know, no offense, what they were thinking. Like, this, I don't,
Crystal Core.
I don't,
Yeah. I don't know either, man. I completely agree. This is insane.
Yeah,
Why?
this
Like-
was just the original. This was the original one that like everybody complained about, right?
yes. Yes. This is the one where you needed, what was it, 4 copies of the same card and it summons 5 5s. And then
Yeah.
they changed it to you needed 5 copies of a card and it summoned what, 4 4s? But now it's just like you can get this quest done on turn like 2 with the new pirate, the 1-mana 1/1 pirate that summons copies of himself. So
yeah,
that that card alone, yes, that's just like. And then you still have, I guess they changed Boar, right? So that doesn't have charge anymore, because that was also a problem, was that you'd have Stone Tusk Boar and it'd be a 1-mana 5/5 with charge, and then it would just keep Shadow Stepping Stone Tusk Boar or making duplicates, and then you just
But now they can run Crab. That'll be crazy, you know?
Crab
like,
Rider.
Summon a 5/5 with Rush Wind Fury.
Great.
Yeah, I know a lot of people didn't like this card, but also a lot of people do love this card, or did love this card. And you can already see it in chat. Everybody's loving it that it's back.
Well, yeah, because it's easy to win.
I think they're trolling.
Yeah.
I think they're trolling.
They're not. Like I saw some people, like when people were putting their all-time favorite cards on Twitter, Bloodyface/Luna, she put this as their favorite card, one of their favorite cards. And like a bunch of other people said they love this card. A bunch of people, it's like one of those cards that you love it or you hate it. And me personally, I didn't like it, but a lot of people do really love it.
I think
it became like kind of the model card of an uninteractive deck, because it didn't matter what your opponent was doing at all. You just played minions and then you ran a whole bunch of boars in their face. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm just telling you. I don't know.
No, yeah, I understand, but this is a fun game for one person.
Yeah. I mean, it was the only card, I think, in Hearthstone's history for the core of the deck to be nerfed 3 times and then it still see tournament play and win.
I mean, the thing is, at least in wild mode now, there's ways for you to deal with this, probably.
Yeah, cry.
Like, okay, sure, but like back when it was in standard, and it was broken, like it was just one of the reasons why it was so frustrating was because you didn't really have too many ways to deal with this onslaught of 5/5s. But now maybe in wild mode you do actually just have ways to deal with it, so it's not as oppressive.
Bear in mind, this time period, the way to beat Crystal Core was to make them run out of their minions, like clearing them all as 5/5s. Where now Rogue has Secret Passage.
That's true.
Which means they don't run out of hand space like they used to. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I still think it's probably going to be insane, but we'll see.
Yes. It will 100% be insane. There's no way this card isn't amazing like it was when it was first printed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now Rogue just has crazy draw too, so.
So the Death Rattle Rogue got, I don't know if this will see play, but there was a time where the rogues would cheese this guy out with the Anubisath dude, buff the hand, and then they would just burn you again down with Stone Toss Boar, card that seemingly continues to keep popping back up. But because Boar is getting changed and all that good stuff, do you see this card being significant?
I mean, in the week period where it's brought back, some dude like Jiminator is gonna definitely love the shit out of this,
Yes.
I bet. But like, probably like Superior David will be playing like this kind of stuff. But I mean, like, I don't think it's gonna make a big difference in the week. I don't think Death Rattle Rogue in its epitome of degeneracy is gonna be brought back. The only reason this deck was super good was because it was in Galakron Shaman era, where you basically had to deal with where you could develop this huge mid-game finisher in your hand. And that was like a way to non-interactively deal with Galakron Shaman. And that was, I don't know if it even works like it does, because now there's decks in the meta that are like Weapon Rogue that don't even give a shit and they'll just yoink you down. So I don't know.
Exactly. It's probably too slow right now. Like you said, like in the middle of the game, like, yeah, you have to do it. But like sometimes there is no middle of the game.
Yeah, you're done. You're done.
So, but hey,
Okay.
have fun with it while you can.
No,
Or
yeah,
if you
yeah.
can.
Maybe it'll work out though, because people will be playing all the old decks again, right? Like Galakron Rogue, because that's probably going to be good again with all of the Rogue upgraded cards and everything back in its OG form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Galakrond OG with the 0 cost cards that you get. I mean, Warshack was about to say it. 0 cost card. When you get 0 cost cards, they're really good. And yeah, this makes a big difference. This is another huge change, just like Bran, or one of the cards we saw up there. Really good. I think Galakrond Rogue is going to be played, and it's going to be boring to play against because that's how it always feels to play against. But I know there's going to be a decent amount of Highlander Rogue as well, especially with the DQA Unnerf that we'll get into a little bit later. But yeah, this is a significant change for sure.
I bet it'll bring the archetype back for that week because people loved this deck when it was its thing.
Yeah, 0 mana cards. Like the 0 mana cards just make decks really, really good. Playing a free Kronks or a free Dragon Queen or a free whatever the hell, it doesn't matter. Just the tempo you get from that is just insane.
We're gonna see more of those wands into Galakrons, and they draw like 9 0 mana cards.
Yeah, absolutely fun.
Fun. Yes, very fun.
Edwin, so he's going back to 3, but he is rotating, so it's only going to be a week of him being at 3 mana, which is good, but it's also bad because Rogue is already really good, right? So he's going to be back in Galakrond Rogue. He's going to be playing the aggro weapon Rogue. It'll be a week of Edwin just being seen more.
Yeah, I mean, he just got changed. Like, why you got to do this to me?
Welcome back, Eddie.
Yeah, it was a very short-lived nerf there.
Short Edwin vacation we had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so many things are getting unnerfed though, so it's not too big of a deal, but it will be very annoying again. I mean, it's already still annoying, but yeah, is Edwin, I don't even know if we have to really talk about it. It's just obviously going to be good. Yeah.
This weapon was insane. Spirit Claws and the aggro burn shaman. I mean, it's a 1 mana deal 9.
Yeah, this is in wild though, I believe, still, right? Or it's
yeah. This is a wild card, but it's still like, significant. It's still a really good card.
That is a big unnerf. It literally halved its cost, yeah.
Yeah. All right, the Galakrond cards.
This was a really needed nerf too. The 5 mana double invocation card with the two ones. That card was nuts.
Yeah, literally all of Galakrond Shaman is unnerfed. And Galakrond Shaman was one of the best decks ever before it got nerfed. So kind of scary.
I don't think it's gonna be that good, and I think the reason why is because you had Shudder back when, and Shudder would replay all the Gala stuff, so you get a full board, 5 armor, 2 more 8/8s, a huge weapon, you get your lackeys back, you know what I mean? Like, it had all of the early game burst, middle game burst, Galakrond burst, then Shudder burst, and by then your opponent's
Then you get Electra and Zentimo.
Yeah,
those matter too.
Yeah, so I think with only buffing the invoke cards, I don't really see the Galakrond being other than it'll be better, but I don't think it'll be a very strong deck by any means in comparison to what we're seeing done with Rogue, Mage, and the stuff we've seen so far. I don't even think it's on the same pedestal.
I agree. Yeah, it also lost its primary draw package from back in the day, which was the Frog Totems, because you would chain like the Invocations of Frost into the Earthen Mites, into the Farsight, into the Hexes. And that was kind of the way you drew all your cards, and that's gone now. So
yeah, Spirit of the Frog. Rip.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just scary. I don't know if it's actually gonna be good, but I'm getting a little PTSD from it. So yeah.
Vargoth is still in the game to pair with the Dragon's Pack.
That is true. It's 9 mana. 9 mana is a lot of mana.
Yeah.
9 mana for 4, 5, 6 taunts is still a good deal. And a 2/6 that repeats every spell you play. That's probably worth it.
I suppose.
If you get there.
I mean, how's that any different than Mass Res and Priest and it hits Vargoth?
I guess it is rather similar. It just almost always threatens lethal though because of all the 5/5s, you know.
That's true. Yeah. Then in Big Priest or Res Priest, the minions have definitely not 5 attack. So
yeah, it's probably.
I think
better,
the Frost blessing is cool. The invocation of Frost, because it'll stop rogues. It'll be a good rogue stopper, good warrior stopper for 1 mana.
Good demon
DH
hunter
stopper. Yep.
stopper.
Yeah.
We're very annoying.
Mm-hmm.
1 mana, you can't do your turn correctly,
Yeah.
and I get to rush something into something and remove it.
I love the picture too. I like the art of it a lot.
It's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Fang Spirit. I like the name. This sounds way cooler.
It
than
does.
Dragon's Pack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it could be good. Maybe we'll see Quest Shaman try to make its way back as well. Maybe with Galakron. I don't know. But Dragon's Pact was a really good card before it was changed. So we'll see if it's good enough. I guess. I mean, taunts against like Rogue. That seems pretty good.
Yeah.
And also freezing their face. It seems like an anti-Rogue kind of deck, and Rogue is very much in the meta. But there's going to be a lot of other decks in the meta now with these Unnerfs here, and one of those decks could be Totem Shaman.
Yeah, Flame Tongue is back. That's actually like really awesome in my opinion, because when it got nerfed, it was because even Shaman was like decent, and they were like doing a preemptive nerf back in the old days to make it so that even Shaman wasn't the best deck when they nerfed other cards in like other decks in the Witchwood days. So this has been a long time coming. Yeah. But
yeah, good for
I don't know
Totem
if
Shaman.
yeah, you'd probably run it in that like, I don't even know what you'd run this in now though. I mean, Totem Shaman.
Yeah,
but...
I don't necessarily like it, to be honest. I mean, it might be too good, but I would have liked this to be like an end of the turn effect, and it gives another totem +2 attack. I don't know.
I mean, that's a whole rework right there.
Well, I mean, might as well. They're reworking all kinds of stuff. Make it playable. I don't know. I just don't think this card is that great. Like, I've played a decent amount of Totem Shaman, and I mean, it's cool, but I don't think I would play this. I would rather just play like what is it, Trick Totem? Just generate me random shit. So Warlock.
Yeah, interesting.
Warlock gets one change there.
Fiendish
you got
Rites.
the Fiendish Rites. Yep, that's the translation. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It'll probably be played in Galakron Warlock as like a one of or something, but yeah, not too big of a change.
Yeah, it's
The
good.
warrior unnerfs are crazy though.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's go.
Son of Ruin.
That matters. This nerf was so much more substantial than people thought it would be for Galakron Warrior and Galakron Warrior and Wild.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
yeah, because when you played Galakron and you drew this, it was like the most insane swing ever, right? You get armor,
Yes.
you get to attack with your face, draw a whole bunch of cards, and then if you drew this thing, you got 7-5 rushes or something like that, which was bonkers
7-6,
on the
right?
same turn. 3-7-5 rushes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nuts.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually seen a little Galakron Warrior being played kind of recently, and it does pretty well, actually. It's just like a pretty consistent deck. So, I honestly could see it being all right in the meta, and like especially with like Bloodsworn Mercenary becoming a 3/3 again. You're just getting a lot of stats. So, yeah, deck seems good. That's actually a deck that I kind of enjoy playing myself. So. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah. This card was so good, they had entire decks that were built around it. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was like Control Warriors that basically had the Galakron package in it.
With Barista.
And then they would run Barista.
And the Dragon Helper.
Yeah, and the Dragon Helper, just to keep making like unlimited versions of these things. So your opponent would have like a wave of these every single turn. And that was overwhelming for a lot of decks. So...
And if you wanted to be cheeky, you could run Vol'jin and then copy all the copies of your dragons in your hand. So.
Oh yeah, because there's that one card that copies all the dragons.
The Warrior Legendary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have Charge here. I don't even know what this. What even is this Unnerf here?
Okay, so it actually gives minions charge now for 3.
Oh.
So it basically allows a lot of crazy combos to be created now. So any of the OTK streamers out there saw this nerf and were probably like, oh my god. Like, I can do so many crazy things in Warrior now.
Yeah. I mean, this getting put on that, I mean, this totally revitalizes the old Worgen Warrior. 100%. This with Worgen, Inner Rage, and then the Heroic with the Mercenary. I mean, how much damage is that?
Too.
Yeah, so that would be 3, 5, 8, 11. It would be an 11-2 that has Charge and Wind Fury. So that's 44 damage for how much mana? 6, 7, 10 mana.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, the entire OTK is possible again. What was that card called? Worgen Mercenary?
Raging Worgen.
Raging Worgen. It's
a 3 mana 3/3. Yeah, 3 mana 3/3. Enrage. When it enrages, it gets Wind Fury.
And 2 attack, right, or something like that.
3 attack.
3. Yeah, that's nuts, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like a 10 mana combo really is kind of slow for Wild though, but
not with Tharzan.
If you are not what?
Emperor Tharzan. It turns it into like a 5 mana combo.
That's true, but you are going to need more time to assemble all these pieces probably, but it is in Warrior, and Warrior can stay alive for a long time, so and draw a lot of cards. So yeah, I am once again glad that I don't play Wild. Let's go.
Do you guys think someone will come up with a combo in Standard with this that's more efficient than anything they have now in Rage Warrior before everything's rotated?
100%.
Like actually like viable.
Highly doubt it.
Yeah.
I think it will be. Why not?
Yeah. So someone will do something with it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be more viable. I think there will be a combo, but it'll probably be a meme. I don't know.
You play Joy Buzz, it hits Hell Scream, and then you run Sidekick, and then you play Hell Scream, and then you Inner-Rage it after it gets Sidekicked, and actually it doesn't even need charge at that point.
How are you coming up with these so fast? I don't...
No, yeah, so you don't even need charge. You just run Joy Buzz with Hell Scream, and then you just give it Sidekick, and then buff it up, and then Mercenary. That's like 34 damage between 2 Hell Screams. Anyway.
Did you, like, plan this beforehand?
No, you just gotta think of the cards that exist. I don't know. I mean, that combo sucks dick. I mean, think about that. You have to Joy Buzz your Hell Scream. Like, what are the chances that happens? But it could.
The names here. Tomb Digger.
Yeah,
so it's
Undertaker. Big deal. This was like one of the best cards in the game.
That was when Nax was out.
At its time. Yeah.
Nax out, boys. Nax out.
Nax is out again, yes.
So I don't know how good this will be, honestly. Because this was back when there was only, like, literally the Classic and then Nax out. And then there wasn't, like, what we have today in regards to, like, powerful minions in the early game, AoE, single target removal. So I think this is just a casual, you can play it in a Death Rattle deck for some early game stuff, but I don't think it's going to be that crazy.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're going to have it with Leper Gnome, the unnerfed Leper Gnome, so I don't know. There's probably a lot of possibilities in Wild to make this card very good. Yeah, Undertaker was really good. I mean, going to standard cards like Leper Gnome, like we said before with the toxic reinforcements, it will be quite toxic, and it's just very strong. Yeah.
We did not get an undead tag, did we?
No.
Okay. Something to think about in the future, guys. Having stuff that's like undead like this, having its own category. Imagine like an undead warlock, how cool that would be. Because we already have cards like Raise Dead. So.
Yeah, we should probably move a little faster through these. We're almost at the hour mark. We have like 6 minutes.
Kind of talked about Leper Gnome already, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going.
All right. Knife Juggler. But it really probably not.
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah, it's just better.
It's cool.
Arcane Golem is interesting now because now it has charge again.
Yeah, and charge is a hard mechanic to. It's a hard thing to find nowadays.
3 mana 4/2 charge.
It's pretty
good
valuable.
deal.
And Shadow Step is still in the game, so you could see Rogue doing some combos with it, possibly.
Yeah. The bird, that's a big deal for me because now it gets brought back with Rally, and it's definitely easier to play with. So a Miracle Rally Priest is going to be in my future, which involves summoning this bird 1,000,000 times, creating a bunch of cards, and filling my opponent's deck with birds. So that should be fun.
Yeah, that'll be great. It's actually really good for Wild. I know we haven't been talking about that much because the Highlander decks are like the most oppressive thing in Wild right now. So Albatross going back down to 3, it will probably make a big impact because everyone will just run it again.
Yeah. I mean, it's a card that literally you'd play. It has great stats for the mana cost, and it's only upside. Regardless if you're even playing against a Highlander deck, it's still just a good card. And that's what we were finding. That's why they nerfed it. It was just every control deck played it. Some mid-range decks played it. There was no reason not to play this card in your deck. So.
Agree.
Hungry Yin Beast Fellwing.
Yes. Yeah.
Good in aggro decks.
Sure, Face Hunter. Yeah.
Yeah, good in aggro
More
decks.
Face Hunter support.
Yep.
Hey, I can play that in my Demon Hunter decks next week.
Oh yeah.
That'll be fun. All right.
Slavery in the Salinite Mine.
Fuck.
That's an interesting translation. But Saronite Chain Gang is it's back to its original thing here. What did they really change about it?
They made it so it summoned another Saronite Chain Game instead of summoning a copy of it. So Shutterwalk was broken.
Oh great.
Yes.
Okay.
And if the original got buffed, the second one would not have the buff.
Yes. So this just impacts Wild Shutterwalk.
Yep.
Yeah. Bone Mare's competitive-ish.
Yep. It's back. A lot of good cards are back. A lot of cards from the past. Even though they're already in Wild, like they're already from the past or whatever, but like now they're becoming viable again.
Now you can shuffle this back into your hand with that Brewmaster card, Elysiana. That's
oh yeah, dude, I hated this card so much. It's unnecessary. Like it's just completely unnecessary. In the old like warrior like control mirrors, it was basically whoever could bounce this card. So if it was at 9 mana when they changed it, if you had coin and Brewmaster, you won versus the other warrior regardless of anything. Now at 8 mana, I mean, I don't know how often you're gonna have these, control matchups. But back when Dr. Boom was a thing, that was a very popular deck, and then you of course played her. So it was a very common matchup, and it was miserable. Because then, like, you both have Elysiana, the game goes on 20 extra turns, and then the other warrior somehow, her Archvist would generate another Archvist when that was capable, because Discover could discover the card again. Granted, they changed that, but this card shouldn't exist. It's one of my least favorite cards ever printed.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's honestly, this is probably a big reason to why Bat is like considering not playing as much Wild, because this is a huge odd warrior nerf. Because that deck really relies on this card being like in the end of it after they armor up 1,000,000 times, and now you can't run it in odd warrior. So
that's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some people love that deck.
With all these changes to the Wild cards, you do have to think about like the odd and even costs, because that, like, even with like Call to Arms as well, like now you can play that in even Paladin and you can't run it in the odd Paladin anymore. So a lot of changes with those slight kind of changes with the mana cost. Just something to think about. But yeah, not really a fun card, but it is a fun card. Dragon Queen Alexander.
Oh my god, this card is so nuts.
It's probably okay to do this in general now though too, because the bird is so cheap and worth running, So it's like, yeah, Dragon Queen Alexstrasza can be insanely OP again because the condition that you get to work this is so easily played around because you just run birds.
Yeah, DQA is 0 mana dragons. I mean, we know Rob loves his 0 mana cards, and at least you cannot get another DQA off of the DQA. I mean, you're still gonna get it off of the Discover one. Like if you get a Discover a dragon, of course you're going to get it.
If you get the Azure Wing or the if you get the Azure Wing, the 4-mana dude, or you get the 6-mana dude, you're gonna discover another one. Easy.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, this is a big change for DQA, and I mean, I'm a Highlander player, so I'll be playing Highlander decks. You know it. Highlander Mage probably is going to be my go-to, so that's nice for me. I mean, people are going to be playing like decks are going to be very, very strong with these Unnerfs. If they weren't strong enough already, they're going to be even stronger.
So gentlemen, we have two options. We can go to Q&A for 1 or 2 questions, or we can finish up with our other segment, which was about the Masters Tour payouts.
Yes.
Either one of those. Okay. All right. Masters Tour payouts. We will not be doing Q&A today, guys, just because this has taken a little bit of time. So, D-Money, I'll let you lay into it.
Yeah. So if you guys did not know, Masters Tour, it's actually going on right now. Masters Tour Iron Forge, which is a big tournament. Here's the prize pool right here. There was a reduction in the prize money, or I think it might be the same amount overall, like the prize pool, but they did. So it used to be that just for playing in the Masters Tour, you got $800, and now you're not necessarily guaranteed any money. You have to finish between 128th and 200th to get $500, and then it exponentially goes up, of course. So a lot of people were very upset to see that they don't just get money for qualifying, and that does make, like, I was very excited when I qualified for one Master Tour, because that means that I do automatically get that money regardless if I get RNG'd out of the tournament or not. I do get that guaranteed money, and that is a pretty big deal. And like even the lowest thing is still cut by $300. So kind of sad. A lot of people were sad about it, but for me personally, if I'm going to the tournament, I am coming in with the mindset that I'm not coming in 200th place or below anyway. You know, like I'm trying to win this whole thing. Like I don't even care about the money as much as like trying to like become a GM. Like now they have a point system for like the top finishers, and you get points. The top point earners get a spot in GM. So yeah, some changes to the money here, and the Masters Tour is going on right now. I believe they might be in like the semifinals right now. But yeah, that's what's going on this weekend. Yeah, we're gonna for those of you who can stick around, we're gonna cast some GM after this. But so to not counter argument you D-Money, but to just point out, so before they only had like 200 players playing total, but now they have like 400 per Masters Tour. So they've actually doubled the amount of people that are getting into the Masters Tour, but then cutting off it halfway for you to make money. So technically, the players who are ending below 200 wouldn't have gotten there anyway with their old system. So they're just giving you the opportunity now to be able to have more players play. And if you place at basically the point of which you would have been eligible to even enter in the prior system, then you get paid out. Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't know if it was exactly double, but definitely more spots in there. I think some of it's also that it's also online now, as opposed to like last year. It was like kind of iffy because like they were still doing not too long ago, before the COVID, of course, there was you did have to pay for your own travel expenses and everything. So that's why like giving $800 to each person made more sense, because at least they have to pay for their traveling fee.
Yeah.
But now it's like you guys just do it virtually through your computer, so you don't have to pay. You just play. And yeah, I mean, I'm not really too mad about it. It is kind of upsetting because it is so hard to qualify for these Masters tournaments.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to go over that pricing there, and also just say, like, I have been streaming the Masters Tour these past couple days, just like watching it and just talking with people in chat, and it's been very nice to just like take a little step back from Hearthstone, like from playing it, and just be able to watch it, and that like now after like watching the Masters Tour, I feel like a lot of people feel the same kind of way. Like it gets you hyped about playing again because now you're like, wow, like I'm watching this high level Hearthstone, and like now I want to do some high level Hearthstone, you know. So I'm pretty excited to just start playing again today. It's been a couple days, and that's like a long time for me. So yeah, it's been nice.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm sure Draco is feeling that as well. Maybe.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Maybe not as excited, but yeah, I know you do like watching. As
I
well,
do.
so.
Yeah, I watched it all.
Yeah. That's it.
All right, gentlemen. I think that is going to wrap up the 50th Metabreakers 50th Metabreakers podcast today. If you happen to tune in later or you didn't catch the whole thing, or would you like to have watched other ones, we do have the Metabreakers podcast YouTube channel, which we do keep all of the VODs onto there. If one of you have the links for that, you're more than well. Here, I got it. There you go. And it looks like D-Money. Yep, thank you, Deku, for posting DracoCatt's Twitch and D-Money's Twitch in there. If you guys want to drop a follow if you haven't already. Those are our two hosts, as always. And again, pleasure to have you guys. Thanks for having me. And I look forward to talking to you next week for the next podcast, when hopefully we've got some more updates and some more new shit.
Yeah. Hey, have a great stream, Warshack. It was a pleasure being on the Warshack channel for another week in a row. And you guys have an amazing day. Thanks for having me. Peace.
Yeah, screw that D-Money guys channel. This is the channel. Nah, thanks for having me. It was good. Yeah, really excited to talk about new stuff when we get it. Which actually reveals start in 2 days. So
yeah, new cards is always fun.
Yeah.
New cards is always good fun.
That's true. All right. Have a good Sunday. Peace out.
Later, Gator.